Hello and welcome to another episode of Chaos in London. So tonight we have a kind of a special scene. So for the last few days, there have been flyers and other things, advertisements spread throughout the supernatural communities. I mean, they even made their way into like the werewolf safe houses that are advertising a new nightclub called the Crossroads that is the location that is given on the advertisements, if anyone cares to check it out. It's just a little fish shop near the Thames that is run by an elderly German couple. So we're going to start the scene with that information. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. You guys have all, for various reasons, decided to go to this nightclub tonight. So go ahead and intro, Adam.
Well, Hannah's walking up to the place with her her hair on blue clothing and hair, and she kind of has like these slightly neon lit shoes, and she's gonna kind of head on inside and see what's awaiting her when she goes into the basement of this fish market.
So when she goes to actually go into the basement, the elderly lady, the elderly German lady running the place stops her and says in German, "You can't go down there."
And she'll say in German back, "Oh, I can't?"
"Well, no, it's a shop. You can't just go into our basement." And roll perception empathy.
Excellent. I have uncanny instead as a specialty for perception.
I'd say that would apply in this instance.
Okay. Well, it's not 7d10, my bad. Want me to re-roll or take away a success?
Just go ahead and re-roll.
Okay.
I actually need to go look at the Discord.
Fortunately, I fail.
Okay, so Hannah does not get the implication.
Just kind of look around, and I just said, just kind of look. I have Prime and Aura Sight on, though. Do I see anything interesting about them?
Their auras are a little brighter than normal, but nothing other than that.
I'll say, oh, I must have been mistaken. I'm sorry. And she'll just kind of shrug. Say, I don't know. I was just I could have sworn that, some friends were telling me that there was a place to hang out here. My bad.
And then she kind of has that look on her face, and then she kind of says, "You can go down then." And she like unlocks the door for you.
She'll just kind of raise a hand or raise an eyebrow. I don't see any magical effects or anything like that.
Nope.
She'll say, "All right, cool. I guess this is the right place." She'll say in German, "Danke."
And she will just kind of nod and then go back to working at the shop.
Mm-hmm. She will go on inside and check out what's in there.
Okay, and we'll pause there for now and go ahead and intro Kim.
Alright. Lily just walks up and it's just like, "Yo," and she like brought one of the flyers.
So the old man will look at the flyer that she brought and just kind of wave her through.
Alright. Does he show up on Prime Sight or Spirit? Or does he have what's his reflection in the Umbra?
His reflection in the Umbra? Well, he has a soul. He appears to be a regular human. Yeah, they will. Once she shows them the flyer, they'll let her go through without any problems. And go ahead and intro Tiger.
So fairly large looking, well-built, Japanese man will walk down. He's dressed fairly nicely. Got a pretty decent suit on. He's carrying one of the flyers in his hand. He'll walk up to the door.
And the old German lady will stop him just kind of look at him and say, "Are you sure you're in the right place, sir?" In very heavily accented English.
Yes, I had a flyer. I said there was a nightclub or something.
Oh, yes. Right through here. And she'll wave him through.
Oh wait, what color is the paper?
It's just a regular white piece of paper
And the
with like the advertisement on it. And the text is black. It's just a very bare bones advertisement, like flyer. And then, Solon, go ahead, intro.
Okay, so Adib doesn't remember anything right now. He just finds himself outside a shop, and he's not really. He seems like it's almost like someone who's just been through a hit and run. He has like this look in his eyes that's almost glassed over. Like what's going on? You could also mistake it for being drugged out of his mind. He wanders into the shop, and he's just looking around. Like he recognizes the smell. That kind of gets his attention. He's like, oh. He's just kind of looking around like, this guy does not seem like he has a purpose to be here. He's just like, wait, what?
So the elderly German lady will come up to him and say in English, "Can I help you?"
After a second, he'll realize she's addressing him and just like look over. And he looks like he's dressed as shown in the picture here.
Okay.
Which, that's a thing. And he's just like looks a little bit more dusty than the picture would imply, but he just kind of looks at her and just starts speaking in what probably sounds like Arabic or some derivative thereof.
And then she just says, "Do you speak English?"
Different words, questioning tone.
Her eyebrows go up, and she just looks at her husband, who just has this look on his face like, "It's not my problem."
Just kind of looks just like, eh? He wouldn't have seen anyone go downstairs, would he? Or is there anyone else coming into the shop and going down there?
He would have. Okay, so he sees a. God, I have to think of one of the NPCs. I have to describe him early. A very pale man with flaming red hair walks in, wearing gloves and a nice suit, and he sees this happening, and he walks over, and he says, "Is there trouble over here?" And no, but I don't think he speaks English.
He's looking between the two of them now. Does this man look somewhat more, would you say, high class, respectable, as opposed to like shopkeeper?
Yeah,
he's in a suit.
He's in a suit. He looks pretty high class.
Okay, it'll mostly be the quality of the clothing that gets his attention. Then he's just gonna he'll look between them, look at him, and say something else in that language. Then he's gonna try another language, which does not sound at all Arabic. It sounds actually very, very different.
Is this Enochian?
Yes.
He will respond in Enochian. So what does he say?
Okay,
what
he says in Enochian is, "Do you understand me?"
And the man will just reply, "Yes."
He just goes like, "Oh, what is this place?"
"This is a fish shop. Are you all right?"
"I do not know."
And he'll just kind of take a look him up and down real quick and say, "Come with me."
You'll nod hesitantly, like, "Okay, I've got no other ideas at the moment."
And the man will then just gesture him to follow, and he'll nod to the German lady, she seems very deferential towards this man, and she will just kind of give a half bow and go back to dealing with the shop. And then he'll lead him down into the basement. So when everybody goes down into the basement, I need a perception awareness check, please.
Work aware.
Okay.
Does my glasses reduce the difficulty?
They have prime sight, correct?
I have prime and
Prime and spirit.
So if you have prime and or spirit sight, -1 death.
Cool. I also have
I
uncanny
do not
insight as a
have-
special thing.
That would apply here. What was
Holy
your question,
fuck.
Solon?
Perk awareness, yes.
Yes.
I got 6 successes.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
Capital.
Yeah. Okay, I've got rolls open. I just got to remember how to use it.
Read in Discord.
Oh,
Tetsuya
I don't think I'm in the Discord.
I'll get you the link, Solon.
Okay, thank you.
Tetsuya botched. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Tiger.
Wait, what's the difficulty again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Just stand in.
It's not the right link.
Because my glasses.
And Lily got 1.
Okay. So I'll just give Solon a second.
Yep, I think I just got there. Let's see. You said diff 6 unless you have a sight, right?
Yep, unless you have prime or spirit side up.
2 successes.
Okay, so Lily with 1 success feels something change as she walks down into the basement. With 2 successes, Adib, he feels kind of almost like a pressing down weight that lifts as they exit the stairway. With 6 successes, Hannah, they're in an umbral realm. She's pretty sure she just passed into an umbral realm, like when she went down the stairs. Like she's fairly certain of it. Tetsuya. So when Tetsuya goes down into the basement, he gets this sense of vertigo, and then he feels almost like he's back in the abyss. So, but still in his human host. That's what I was looking for. So react to that as you will.
It looks very anybody's. It looks very rare.
Are there a good... Sorry.
Sorry, go.
No, you first. You were going. Sorry.
He starts like kind of walking much slower. You know that wary walk that you have where you kind of have your arms up a little bit. You're in an area you don't know terribly well or that you know is dangerous. That's how we're walking everywhere now.
Okay. So what everyone sees when they actually reach the bottom of the stairs and walk in, there's 2 dudes in suits that just wave a wand over you. It's fairly standard, like looking for weapons. And if you have any weapons, they will ask you to put them in the deposit box. Just pretty standard for the nightclubs and games.
Hannah wouldn't have brought anything. She would have passed through. She left her.
Adib has an ornate belt knife, which when they scan it, he kind of looks down at it like, "Oh, that's there."
Yeah,
kind of awkwardly passes it off to them.
They'll put it in a little box, ask for his name, and they will ask for his name in Enochian.
He'll seem relieved that, hey, maybe it's just the shopkeepers who don't speak my language. Okay. He'll give his name.
Okay. They'll print it out, put it on like a little piece of tape, put it on the box. Now the weird thing is when he looks at it, it's not in a language that he recognizes, but he can read it anyways. Like, because they wrote it in English, but he can still read it.
Weird.
And so as everyone gets passed through there, this is what they see. It's a very large, spacious nightclub. There's people all around. This song that I put in the side chat is what is currently going. There's probably a good 100 or so people in here. Nobody anyone in the scene would recognize from their specific supernatural groups. There's what appears to be a Middle Eastern woman up on the dance floor who's like putting on a performance sort of thing. It's like she's doing a very elaborate ritual dance, and yeah. So go ahead and react from there.
You said there's like 100-something people here, right?
Yeah, like this room is huge.
Is it generally like just people dancing, drinking, general party atmosphere?
General party atmosphere, yeah.
And social mode kicks on without thinking. He is standing straighter, trying to pose basically more impressively and generally look like he belongs here, even though he's like, what the heck is going on? Essentially trying to make a good impression on anyone he meets here.
Okay.
She'll look over towards the individual that's stumbling. She'll actually probably spot Lily, coming in, and she'll just walk over to her and just say, she'll kind of do something and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Oh, hey, I got a flyer, and so I was checking this out.
Yeah, if I was hearing about stuff within the chantry, seems like we're in some kind of umble realm. She'll say. Very elaborate. She'll kind of look around, kind of stunned, because she has Prime Sight on, seeing all the different ways this place has been constructed and put into place and whatnot.
Oh, that's so you guys have sights up. So
Yeah.
okay, do you both have Prime Sight up?
Duh.
Yes.
And then Lily has Spirit Sight up, right?
Yes.
And then Hannah's got
Mind
Mind.
correspondence.
Okay, so it's correspondence. She can see, 360 degrees around her. Everybody here has a mind. That's very easy to discern. Their auras tend to be pretty standard for like people who are kind of in a party atmosphere, very excited, energetic.
Aroused, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. She would notice there are people like dotted throughout, including the woman who's on the dance floor putting on like the performance, who have like searing bright auras. Like it hurts her eyes to look at them for too long. With Prime Sight, both of you can see that most of the people here have some form of like primal energy in them.
Extra than what's supposed to be, kind of thing.
Yeah. And with her Spirit Sight, Lily can see that not all of them, but most of the people here are spirits.
Besides, yeah, you're kind of right about this umber realm. These are all spirits.
I had a sneaking suspicion. That means we're probably ephemera right now. Huh.
She's just gonna try and touch Hannah and see if her hand goes through.
You guys are not the umbral, like that's something specific. The umbral, like shining ones thing has not popped up yet.
That has not popped up yet. Okay, interesting.
No.
But even if we were ephemera, we'd still be very physical in a sense. So, but anyway, so she'll kind of look to Lee and say, "So, what do you want to do here exactly?" I don't really go to too many clubs.
Let's take a look around and see what's going on, because this isn't normal.
This is true.
I wouldn't suggest drinking. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, honestly.
It's a bit of a chaotic place. Maybe we can just meander around, kind of get the feel for the place. Maybe there's someone here we can talk to.
Do I spot Tiger's or someone's character?
You can see a Japanese man in a suit who has his arms up kind of defensively. And you can see a very well-dressed, apparently Middle Eastern man walking around with a dude with flaming red hair and gloves.
And I'm guessing he also has sparklies.
Adib does. And Tetsuya's got Tetsuya's aura. He's got an overlay over his body of well, actually, Tiger, go ahead and describe your character's apocalyptic form, because that would be his aura overlay.
Oh boy.
That's right, because I could see into the umber, not just auras.
Yeah. So his apocalyptic form is, first off, much bigger than his mortal form, which is a little worrying because his mortal form is fucking huge, well, with the huge size merit and all. Um, sorry. They like. So again, he's huge. He's got some claws, some teeth. And his large golden eyes. He's covered in fur, kind of looking like a gorilla, but built more for predatory work than what most gorillas are. And he's,
Alright.
yeah, you get the idea.
And for Solon, the dude is leading Adib over to a table where there's a group of people sitting down, including a African-American man in a very nice suit who appears to be sipping something and having an animated discussion with a dark-haired dude, pale dark-haired dude who is reading like a book or something while they're talking.
They're all none of them are speaking Enochian, though, I bet, right?
No, they're not speaking Enochian, but the weird thing is he can understand them anyways. Like, one of them appears to be speaking out of character Irish Gaelic, and one of them is speaking Ancient Egyptian.
And yet somehow I understand them, which is even creepier.
Yes, that's an effect everybody has going on, by the way. Everybody can understand everybody else regardless of language.
Once he realizes that, he'll slip back into his native language because it's easier.
Well, there's this. Maybe we should talk to that guy over there. He's another Magi. Maybe we should see what he's up to.
By the way, is it possible to make?
She'll nod her head over to Adib.
Is it possible to make? Sorry.
Sorry. Right now, Lily is just straight up staring at this dude. Like, when she spotted him, she went still.
This one?
You.
Just say, what's the matter? Lily? She'll put a hand on her shoulder. You okay?
Oh boy.
Well, here's the thing, Kim.
I'm just gonna shove her glasses on Hannah's face.
Well, here's the thing, Kim. Are you using your spirit sight to look at auras or just to look into the Umbra?
Her glasses are made to look into the Umbra.
So she would not have seen how Tetsuya looks because that is specifically only his aura. So only Hannah would have seen that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I would have seen that too. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been like, I would have looked probably over to Adib, and then I would have looked over to Tetsuya, and I would have my eyes would have widened really wide. Would I have an idea of what the hell that is?
Roll. Do you have Fallen lore?
No, but I do have Order of Hermes lore.
Roll Order of Hermes lore, difficulty 9.
Okay.
Because this is not something the Order is technically supposed to know, according to their
mainly I asked Order of Hermes lore because it just in case you would have been like taught to how to identify like infernal stuff.
Well, because these aren't infernal. That's the thing.
I botch. That sucks.
You're pretty. God damn it! You are pretty sure that that's a greater plague spirit standing over there, infesting a human body. That's what Hannah's pretty sure it is.
Hannah just eyes go a little bit wide, and she'll look like we should go. She'll say,
What is it?
I think it's a plague spirit. We should leave as soon as possible.
Hannah,
And she kind of goes to start maneuvering.
calm down.
What?
If it's a plague spirit, it would be in the Umbra.
But we're in the Umbra. She'll say. You can't argue with that logic.
Well, I think out of character, what she's saying is she would be able to see it with her spirit sight if it was a plague spirit.
So wait, you can't see it on the other side?
No. But you know what? I'm gonna go talk to it. And she skips off.
And she'll be like, she'll kind of have like a nervous look on her face, like, mm. And she'll kind of go to, she'll kind of kind of find an angle to keep an eye on Lily, just to kind of keep an eye on her to just in case something bad happens.
So, really quick for Adib, when the redheaded man got over to the table with two other men, they looked at Adib, kind of got their eyes kind of widened, and then the Egyptian man asked him if he could go over and talk to the other magi and give them a minute to talk, and then he would have pointed over at Hannah and Lily.
That's fine. I was actually going to ask, when he initially approached the group, I was going to try and make a roll to basically... The character has a benefit to when he's trying to make a good impression, or rather be impressive, so to speak. So I'm going to try and do that. Which, with his clothing and the situation, probably could do.
I mean, I would say you wouldn't even really need to roll for it, because you kind of made an impression already on them.
Okay.
And it wasn't a bad impression. It was just kind of like, whoa, we need to talk about this. So.
Okay. So he will go in the direction indicated. Hopefully they indicated the people specifically or described them, because otherwise he's just going to go in that direction.
Yeah, he did point specifically at Hannah and Lily.
Okay, good.
So Hannah just seems to be by the stairs that's leading down, leads up or down into the club, and she'll just kind of be keeping an eye on Lily, making sure she's okay. So that's what you see Hannah doing a deep.
You said Tetsuya? Tetsuya. Alright, so Lily walks straight up to Tetsuya. Like, with purpose. I say, hi.
Hello?
Have you figured it out yet?
Figured what out?
Show a gesture around her.
Yes, we shouldn't be here.
That I agree with, but the fact that I'm talking about is everybody's in the know.
In the know?
In the know.
Explain.
You know. He does the wiggly fingers. In the know.
That does not explain anything.
She kind of just... My friend thinks you're a fake spirit. I'm here to prove her wrong.
Like spirit? No.
Okay.
No.
So she gestures to Hannah to be like, it's all good.
And she'll kind of like look over to, like, before she can speak more to Adib, she'll look over and say, and kind of move over a bit, and she'll say, 1 second. She'll say, and she'll kind of walk over and say, so?
Not a plague spirit.
And she'll kind of look up at the whole apocalyptic form, look down towards Lily and just say, fair enough. Maybe I got something mixed up. She kind of, rubs her forehead and just say, And she'll just is she still with Tetsuya?
Who, Lily? Or
Sorry, is Tetsuya still with Lily? Or
yeah, he hasn't moved.
so she'll just kind of look at you and just say, "How's it going?"
Could be better, could be worse.
He also agrees that this place is bad mojo and we should leave.
Why? What do you think's going on? What do you think's going on here?
He'll look at Lily. She's in the know as well.
Yeah.
This is the abyss. We should not be here.
Hannah will widen her eyes and say, "Yeah, we should go." And she'll immediately take Lily by take her to the exit.
Tony?
Tetsuya will start to follow.
So, as they start heading towards the door, you hear the music come to an end, and the woman on the dance stage steps down and starts walking over to you guys.
Oh no. Run past her.
She just looks really confused and upset that you're running away.
Well, I'm not
just
running.
like,
I'm
I
not
thought I was
running.
supposed to talk to these people.
I'm not running. I am just walking with graceful speed as I need to go to the little girl's room. I'm
God
not
damn
going
it.
to grab attention towards myself.
Um.
And also, then in that case, she'll probably start activating her arcane.
How are you doing Arcane, Tiger? Because I don't know how you're doing Arcane.
It'll act as per normal.
Okay. So people, it's just hard to remember once she leaves.
Yeah.
Mm. Popping it.
And then Adib hears the Adib, did you find your friends? As the redheaded man is walking up to him.
No, they asked to be excused for a moment, went to speak to that other fellow, and then left.
Well, that's rather rude. Let's go find them.
We're heading back in his direction. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Lily and Hannah were right by the exit, so.
So yeah, probably.
The demon doesn't look angry, he just looks confused. Like, I don't know what's going on.
She'll actually stop for a second,
Yeah.
as rationality kind of cools her head a little bit, and she'll look at Tetsuya as you're leaving with us, right?
Yes.
She'll whisper to him, "What makes you think this place is the abyss?"
He'll whisper back, I've been there before. I've spent long enough trying to get out.
Her eyes will widen really wide, and now she's going to even definitely head towards the exit.
So the redheaded dude's standing with Adib, and he just has his arms crossed looking at you guys and says, aren't you mages going to take your friend with you?
She'll look at Adib and go. She'll just kind of almost do a little bit of a head gesture, like, come on. And then just kind of start going up the stairs.
Out of some vague semblance of propriety, Adib will turn back to the redheaded guy and just be like, I am not sure what's happening tonight, but I will... He's looking around like all of this is alien to him. But he's just like, I will perhaps come back sometime and speak further.
He nods and he says,
Yes.
it's open all the time. Will you come back, ask for Arjitlam.
Yes. And then he will walk back outside, following the others.
You guys see a couple of women and African American women in long red dresses watching you guys leave as they're coming down the stairs. And they look very suspicious at the group of you leaving.
Why are we the ones suspicious?
because you guys are kind of acting like this place is creeping you out. So they're kind of like, almost like that thing when someone's acting out in public. That's the kind of suspicious look that they're giving you.
So basically, it's not necessarily suspicion; it's just side eye. It's like, oh, look at these fuckers.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's wrong with these people?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll just yeah.
Well, once we get outside, he's speaking in what sounds like Arabic again.
Just say, you don't speak English?
There's again more questioning tones and a vague, frustrated gesture
she'll
pointing
kind of,
back where they came from.
She'll kind of look at him as they're outside, and she'll kind of be towards the alley, and she'll kind of look at him up and down, and just say, and she'll kind of analyze him a little bit, and just kind of almost have this curious expression on her face, and say, in Enochian, can you understand this?
Why is that the only language that is spoken here?
Because this is London. Unless you know English, or maybe she shrugs, you're probably gonna have a hard time.
I don't even know what London is.
United Kingdom?
It is a kingdom, okay. Well, he wouldn't say okay, but assume some affirmative gesture of yes, I understand. It is a kingdom. I'm in the Kingdom of London.
She's shaking her head. Do you know about Europe?
No.
She'll kind of look at him like, damn. She'll just kind of say, where are you from?
She'll look at Lily and say, really puzzled. He looks really puzzled when you ask him that.
Am I not supposed to ask that? You just seem really lost.
I don't know. Like, he just gets... The more you ask him about that, he's just like, doesn't have an answer. Like, he's looking for it. He looks like he's looking away, like most people do when they're thinking for an answer, and he's just like...
Is there anything in his aura, or is there any kind of magical effect on him that's...
Tiger, would you rule that, given how recently it happened, there might be some traces, or no?
Yeah, probably some faint traces. It's starting to fade by now, though.
Essentially, there are traces of Umbra. Like, this guy's been traveling.
She'll say, you've been in the Umbra. Shadow.
The
other worlds?
That name might ring a bell for him, I'm guessing, because he does have Umbralore 1. So, I mean, and Cosmology, so he'll just kind of nod, like, I know of those things you're speaking of.
What's your name, mister?
Adib.
Well, I'm Hannah, and this is kind of concerning that you don't really know where you are. Did you just arrive here?
The first thing I remember clearly this evening is being right outside the shop here.
And you don't remember anything else?
Not as such. Snippets? Little pieces?
Do you remember?
By the way, did he get his dagger back? That was a Joey question. Sorry. Joey is away. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
He'll just say, she'll speak to Lily. Seems like this guy doesn't know where he is. She'll say in English. Seems like he doesn't remember anything. And she'll kind of look at him. What do you remember? Just that you showed up here?
That's the only clear thing. The rest is just snippets, pieces. Sitting in a room, reading a book. Lots of that.
Any names?
There's a word.
What's the word?
Actually, Tiger, would he remember that word, or is that something he's going to have to find out?
You probably remember the word.
Okay, because I was going to say that's integral. Asha.
Asha. You mean... Would she know what Asha means?
Probably not. To be honest.
Is that an Arabic word, I think?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good question. You'd think White Wolf would have just made up the word, but let's see.
Because I know it means truth. She'll say Asha. Do you know what it means?
It doesn't seem to translate to anything from what I'm seeing here. I think they just made the word up. It is the way things are. That's what I know somehow. Don't remember learning that.
She'll kind of say...
None of this, he just points at all of the things around them. None of this is familiar. This is very strange.
She'll kind of like rub her chin and just say, "What do you think we should do, Lily?" I mean, I could take him to the chantry, but I don't know how they'll react to this.
Please
Should
do.
I ask, do you remember your tradition?
Does it get translated over? Or does she speak?
Hey, she'll say, she's asking whether you remember your tradition or if you're part of an organization.
Shrugs. Does not seem familiar.
Would you be willing to... I'm part of a group called the Hermetics. Or of Hermes. Does that ring a bell to you?
Utter blank look.
Okay. She'll say, Disparate Alliance?
Equally blank look.
She'll say, are you okay with me leading you to a place where it might be safe and maybe some people might be able to help you remember?
I mean, it's not that I stay here, so...
Alrighty. She'll look to Lily. I'm going to lead him back. I'm going to lead him back to the Hermetics, see if they might be able to help with this. Because I don't know what to do. And she'll just kind of say, "Do you want to come?" She'll say to Lily.
It would be rude to leave this fellow out, and well, he's not one of us, so.
Well, let's see how it goes. Follow me, Mr. Adib. And so yeah. And she'll just kind of she here's the thing. She won't be looking at... It's not out of disgust or anything, but she's really trying to make it as if Tetsuya doesn't exist. Or like at least make it as if she's not really trying to talk to him or anything like that for various reasons. You could probably tell that on her face. She looks really nervous.
It's clearly a plague spirit.
Yeah, this motherfucker's the devil.
So, Lily is going to be talking to Tetsuya. Tetsuya. I get the first half. I will remember eventually. Tetsuya. It is Joel. I'm Lily. And offer her hand.
I'll shake it. Nice.
May I know your name?
That's it.
Tetsuya. So, I had absolutely no idea what was going on in there.
It is good that we left.
Would you like coffee so we can discuss? And she'll gesture at the building.
That sounds good.
So
Have a
you,
summer nearby.
the group hears like a whistle from behind them.
I look behind
By
me.
the way,
Well,
did
I
I get
don't
my
look behind me.
did I get my knife back? Did I get my knife back?
If you stopped for it, if you didn't know,
He would have stopped for it.
then he would have gotten it back.
It looked like a nice knife.
So this woman is walking up to the group. Let me find where I just saved her picture.
Well, we were doing a little bit of talking, and at least for right now, Hannah was leading Adib to the Hermetic Chantry.
Mm-hmm. This is happening like as you guys are discussing that.
Gotcha.
Where the fuck did her picture go?
Language. I'm just kidding.
This woman is walking up to the group. She is the woman that was on the dance floor. And she looks very, very upset.
What's her aura looking like?
It's one of the very bright, blazing auras.
Hannah will be kind of squinting her eyes at her a little bit.
Does she look angry at me?
No, she looks angry at. Well, not like it's kind of just like a general angry at the group look,
Okay.
like not aimed at anyone in specific. And she just walks up to the group and says, "Was my hospitality so bad that you had to run away?"
Well, you went to this and she'll say that to
Is the conversation spell still working?
Nope. She's speaking
Okay.
in heavily accented
She'll
English.
translate to Adib. She says
Okay.
she'll translate back to Adib in Enochian. And she will say to the woman, "If I may ask, what?" She'll if the gentleman, she'll look at Tetsuya, just kind of nod towards him, says what that place is. I can't exactly be there.
She kind of looks to Tetsuya and says, "Well, what did you think it was?"
The abyss.
Typical. You Celestials always have to think it's all about you, don't you? And she just crosses her arms.
So what do you claim it to be?
It's a nightclub, obviously.
Well, there's definitely...
spirits. Exclusively spirits, except for
Well, yes, it's where we usually gather. You guys were invited there for a reason. You completely missed Dejudi's lecture.
She'll say then, where in the... It felt like we were in the Umbra, at least for me. Where were we specifically, if I may ask? Because if that's the case, that this isn't what I thought it was, then I apologize.
You were in the Duat, as we call it.
Hannah will actually look like, huh? Like she'll actually look really. She'll actually be really intrigued now. Really?
Well,
Is does she seem like she's a? Can I roll perk empathy on that?
Yeah, roll perk empathy on it. What were you gonna say, Kim?
out of character. I don't know what that is.
I got.
Out
But
of-
I do have
The Duat is the Egyptian afterlife. It is, or it's like it's the trials and tests you go through after you die.
Well, not that's not entirely what it is. But
And not
that's-
entirely, but that's exactly.
It's essentially the Egyptian underworld.
But it's really cool, actually. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not like a bad place. It's more kind of like a spiritual place
And
where
it-
ancestor spirits are.
And if you have Umbra lore, you can roll that on that.
I will.
Yay!
Because of the stuff I learned from Bellic at that time, because I remember Bellic teaching me, would I have had Umbra lore, or would I have had to buy XP for it?
You probably was not XP for it. That's justification.
What about cosmology? Could I roll cosmology for it?
Yep, cosmology will work as well.
Okay.
Oh shit! Let me see what my cosmology is.
I got 3 successes. So I got 4 successes on the perk empathy, and I got 3 successes on the cosmology.
So for the
what's
perception, the difficulty is standard. For the perception empathy, first thing you get is this woman is very angry, and it seems to be like the sort of angry when you make a nice party for someone and then they kind of like snub you. It's not like she's gonna kill you. It's more like she's just kind of feels attacked, that sort of thing.
Well, Hannah has her guard visibly much down and more relaxed.
Okay, and she was not lying. Okay. Yes, what's your question?
I haven't made a perk empathy on any of that because he's not assuming she's lying or anything. He's pretty direct. 3 successes on the duat. Does that basically give me the gist of what you guys were saying? It is the afterlife of a specific group of people.
Well, has everybody who can roll it rolled? Because I'm gonna actually give you guys a specific amount of information. Or a specific thing from it.
Okay.
My 10 stubborn. Brooklyn.
Oh, you are.
George,
Yes.
did my 10 double book learning?
Book learning, not for this specific application of cosmology, unless she studied like hermetic books or something like that.
Yes, a display in the Order of Hermes library. That would go on.
Right?
Let's try it and see what happens.
That's
I
what.
cannot roll. I have no cosmology nor umbrella.
Let me check your sheet real quick, Tiger, and see if there's something you can roll that would be applicable for us.
Flesh. Does that count for anything?
No, it doesn't, Tiger.
Yeah, you don't even have a cult, so.
That's
So we got what, 2 and 3?
I got 3. Someone got 3. Lily got 2.
Okay, so everybody knows that Duat is specifically an area of the High Umbra that's claimed by the spirits that have taken on the form of the Egyptian pantheon, and it is basically their section of the High Umbra.
So when I'm looking at this lady through my spirit lens,
she is a spirit. She's a materialized spirit.
She'll just say to the spirit, she'll just say, I apologize. I guess I was confused and mistaken.
you also thought Faye was a plague spirit, so
she just kind of looks embarrassed, and she'll just have her, not her guard up, but she'll kind of look a bit more self-conscious, and she'll say, I've been mixing up some facts a lot lately.
it's okay. I love you, and she gives you a hug.
Hannah will actually appreciate that and accept the hug, and she'll look towards the spirit and say, is there anything we can do to make it up to you? At least I didn't need to. If I knew that, I definitely would have stayed.
Come with me. This is what she'll say. And go ahead and so on.
Never mind.
And she will say, and it's not too far off to call him a plague spirit. It's more related to what he is. I'll let him tell you. And she's going to start leading you guys down the street, like into a little coffee shop or something like that.
We can go to Lily's shop.
Yeah, if Lily brings that up, she will just nod and say, lead the way.
Ah, yes. Lily's shop. Best coffee.
So when they arrive, she will just kind of gesture for everyone to sit down, and she will just say, I am Heteru, also known as Hathor. We've been having some issues. Oh, sorry, Adam.
No, she just said nice to meet you.
We've been having some issues in the High Umbra. That's why we wanted to get at least some of the supernaturals in the city to see if they could help.
We've been working on it. It's
Well, what's been going on? It's interesting that you mentioned that. Seems to be other happenings in the High Umbra from events that we witnessed yesterday, at least some of us. And she'll look at Lily. You may want to update my friend here, and she'll kind of put her shoulders on Adib. It seems as though his memory has a lot of gaps. You may not understand everything, the context of most of the things we're talking about.
And she'll just...
He's actually going to try something. We're in a shop, yes?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do something rather odd. He's going to, and this is almost instinctual for him. As a Tiger, safe bet that there were probably different dialects and regional dialects where he's from, just like in any normal place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. With that in mind, he's just going to kind of close his eyes. He's listening to them speak in a language which is complete gobbledygook to him. And he's basically going to bring his attention to... essentially, he's using their voice and the strange tones and everything else of their language to bring his attention to the spirits of language. Essentially, he's going to try to activate Spirit 2, which, that's not going to help him. Technically, that would probably let him speak with the entity in front of him, but he doesn't know that. He's actually trying for something different. Can I just roll to activate that? Spirit speech, that is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And coincidental. 3, 2, 5. It's a rote, so it's good. No, it's just F5. I'll burn a willpower, though. Cool. 2 successes. That should be enough to hold it for the scene. That's probably not going to let him understand the spirit, though, I'm guessing. Because she's not speaking in spirit speech.
Yeah, she's speaking English.
Okay. It's okay. That's what he's doing for right now. So for mage people present and anyone who has awareness, he just did something. Yeah.
I also got Prime Side up, so probably just see him doing something.
Yep. He's just closing his eyes and seems to be focusing. And now there's an effect on him.
Probably spirit effect.
Yeah, spirit effect, specifically.
So she's just going to look over to Adib and switch to spirit and just give him a really basic, quick rundown of how the Umbra works. It's very basic.
He has Umbra. He has Umbra lore.
She don't know that. They
And
just said he has. She don't know. They just said he doesn't know. He doesn't remember anything. So
He just kind of blinks at her like, that sounds familiar. And he's speaking in spirit speech at the moment. Yeah, I'll worry about the rest of it later. Yeah.
And she'll look to the rest of the group, looking at them, and she'll say, "What troubles were you speaking of in the other places of the High Umbra?"
Oh, just Ragnarok going down in the Norse Pantheon.
And she kind of chuckles and says, "They have Ragnarok going down every Thursday."
That's what I was trying to say, and yet they won't let us help bring Odin and Baldur back to life.
And that gets her attention. Kind of stops and says, "They've had disappearances as well."
Yeah, we killed the lich that was murdering spirits.
I do not know of this lich, but our disappearances were fairly recent. We lost Heru, and the Tuatha lost. And she kind of thinks for a second as if she's trying to remember the name, and she says, Danu, I believe they called her.
Whoa, that's big.
Oh, I would recognize Dana in character because she is actually Irish and is from Ireland. Although I don't recognize it out of character. Who's Dana?
Danu is like she's the mother goddess of the Tuatha, essentially. Like the Tuatha De Danann means the tribe of Danu, if that helps.
Yeah, she's like the think of her as the mom, like the big mom of the Tuatha De Danann.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, that's why we were trying to get help from mortals. You have more freedom in these affairs than we do.
Well, how can we help?
Well, the first thing you could do would be to explore the real mortal world. Perhaps find clues.
Well,
and while
that
she's
makes
speaking,
sense.
by the way,
Go ahead, Sol.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, while you guys are speaking in English, he's going to open his eyes now and look like he's kind of squinting at your mouths for a second. And then almost looks like he's squinting at something that's moving out of your mouths. And he kind of makes like towards, because Hannah's closest to him, he reaches one hand forward very cautiously and makes kind of a plucking motion. Like he's grabbing at something that came out of you. And he's going to, if Tiger's okay with him doing this, he's going to try communicating with it and just be like, hey, I need to talk. So, trying to pass over a few points of Quint. Like he's frustrated. He's like, I'm tired of having to have translations and have people switch to different languages. Just let me do this. It's what he's telling the spirit, basically.
I believe there are specific rules to bartering with the spirit.
Okay, in that case, never mind.
Yeah.
Worry about that later, then.
But I do see him try to pluck a language spirit.
No, don't worry about it. If there are complicated rules for it, assume he can't even see it yet.
So, I was just looking over kind of. Hey, honey, did you bring me like that auto translate Google thing that doesn't work very well, but
The very large burly man standing behind the counter. Then I think of the word counter. We'll kind of grunt and then walk into the back. Come back a little bit later. This is Scout phone. Open up the Google Translate. I'll put it on the desk.
what was it? It kind of sounded like Farsi. Like, Arabic? It was something Arabic.
He'll shrug and go back to doing his stuff.
Messing with the phone. Like, she types hello into the translation box and has it spitting out the word for hello and the different types of Arabic that she can find on there.
Safe to assume he can tell what you're trying to do, but he looks somewhat puzzled.
She'll just start speaking in Enoki and say, "I'll just do what I can to translate."
Nods resignedly.
She'll just pat him on the shoulder. She'll look to the spirit and say, "Well, it's very possible that we could discover. Maybe they could be hiding here."
Perhaps.
What are your suspicions? She'll actually pull out her notebook now. What are your suspicions on what happened? Has there been any events that have been happening in the High Ember recently that you might think would cause this?
She kind of thinks for a second and says, Well, there have been less skirmishes with APEP, and the Tuatha have reported that their Fomorian enemies have been less active of late. We were thinking perhaps there was some sort of alliance formed between the two forces, but she kind of pauses.
Has there been any specific tensions within your various pantheons? Any reason why these specific members, and at least in your pantheon, why they would disappear?
And she thinks, she says, I mean, Heru was always, boisterous, but that was just his personality. I don't really see why anyone would choose to disappear, and especially not just leave their palaces and such completely unattended.
Do you think? Now I know this is a stretch, but I'm just asking. Do you think any other entity or thing would have a reason to harm or to? We know one entity that claimed to have killed Thor. However, we don't know about. Do you know any other entities that maybe have had beef or a problem with these missing ones?
And she points at Tetsuya and says, well, I mean, his kind tend to not be very friendly with us.
She'll look to Tetsuya. And she'll kind of start. I mean, would it be reasonable to assume, guys, that I could put the pieces together? Him mentioning that he came from the abyss, his big apocalyptic form, the fact that she said that would it be reasonable for Hannah to put the pieces together without having to roll?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
It's up to you guys.
I mean, personally, I would say roll enigmas or something, just because the Fallen are still not super common knowledge.
Well, he's gonna.
Well, oh yeah, that's right. Because the abyss demons are different from spiritual demons.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. Don't worry about it. She'll kind of look at Tetsuya. What are you exactly, if I may ask? Just so I don't get it wrong the next time.
Very hungry.
Lily will also bring over cupcakes in.
He will start scarfing down the cupcakes.
But we should let S introduce herself.
Let who?
Ash.
Oh yeah, go ahead and intro Holly. It's safe. Walks can just kind of show up at the coffee shop if you want.
I figured that's what she would do. So Ash just kind of walks into the coffee shop, and she's a tiny little petite thing. And she kind of walks in and looks around, inhales deeply because she likes the smell of coffee. She kind of looks to see if she knows anyone.
I think that she met Lily once.
See, I'm trying to think if she has.
Anyways, everybody has Prime and Spirit side up. So.
Not me.
Not me.
I don't think she's met any of the new mages in London, to be perfectly honest. if that's what's going.
Well, she could
So-
potentially smell the fact that there's a spirit around.
I was gonna say, the African American woman will look over at Ash and just kind of wave her over.
Okay. Sheet and stuff up.
And the woman will just incline her head and say, "It's good to meet one of Gaia's warriors. Please sit."
Ash kind of cocks her head at the woman curiously. Have we met before?
No, but one of your, she thinks for a second, looks at everybody else. One of your tribes is from the land that I hail from.
And where do you come from?
I come from Egypt, of course.
Oh.
And she
Well.
she actually holds a hand out to Ash for a handshake.
Ash will reach out and take her hand and shake it. She kind of shakes it firmly. It seems almost kind of abrupt.
She just introduces herself really quickly as Hero or Hathor are the two names she uses.
Okay. My friends call me Ash.
We are having a little discussion. Would you like to sit? There's been happenings in the High Umbra. Perhaps the others here would like to fill you in?
Well, she'll look towards Ash. Nice to meet you. I'm Hannah. That's Lily. Believe this man's name is Deeb. And she'll nod over to Tetsuya and say, "Did I get Tetsuya's name? That
Yes.
character?"
Yeah.
And this is Tetsuya. We were invited to a nightclub. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding, but we are discovering that there has been issues within the High Umbra. Gods of specific pantheons have been either killed or just starting to disappear, and it's starting to become a little bit more of a problem. We've been asked to, as mortals, to investigate. Made this whole nightclub just to get to our attention and to let us know what's going on.
She's gonna bring the coffee over and even more food, just like a ridiculous amount of food as she watches Tetsuya scarf all of it down. Now be careful, this coffee is really strong. It's a bean that I've been working on myself.
Ash kind of sniffs at this coffee. And she does nod at Hannah, by the way. Like, she seems to be pondering what she was just told.
She does bring cream and sugar with coffee too.
She kind of looks at the cream and is like, nope. She pushes that towards everyone else.
Yeah, I'll take some of the coffee with the cream. So far, we know that in the Norse pantheon, Odin, Thor, and Balder are either missing, and we know that at least there's been a claim that Thor is dead. Spirit named Dietrich has his hammer.
Okay.
And she'll list the other
I am
gods.
unfamiliar with these, so I might need some
Well, Thor is
information on what's what. I come from Italy originally, so that and I'm
seems to be attentive.
she's like, She's pondering how to phrase her next sentence. I was likely born differently than the rest of you.
You have a Oh, Tiger or Joey, I just realized something. I have a silver wand on my person. Would that start affecting her?
And I don't, not unless you like take it out and start poking her with it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah, because unless she's in contact with it, like werewolves can't instinctively sense silver because there's specifically a gift for that.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So she'll look at Ash and she'll just say, "Well, I'm guessing when Gaia," and she'll think, and she'll look at her aura, and she'll just say, "Well, there's the gods that I listed so far of the Norse pantheon. You probably at least are familiar with them from the Marvel movies if you've ever watched any of them with Thor and all that. Thor's the god of thunder."
She raises an eyebrow.
Well, it's humanity likes to always have different interpretations of old lores. And she'll just say Thor is known to be the god of thunder. Odin is considered the All-Father, god of wisdom and knowledge and poetry and death. And Balder is the god of light and kind of and one of Odin's sons.
Okay. And these are the ones you say that are missing?
Yes.
Or thought to be dead?
There's some other ones. There's Danu from the Tuatha De Danann, and they are they're from Ireland primarily. Danu is almost the primordial, like the kind of goddess, the entire goddess of motherhood, if you want to put it that way. She's like the mother goddess of all the other gods, I believe. There's her counterpart, which is the Dagda. You have, and then remind me, out of character, her name was Hemenutep? Hemetep?
This lady?
Yes.
I'm actually putting a blur there for it's Het Heru.
Heru, okay.
So, well, Het Heru, it's Hathor.
Hathor. Het Heru, okay. Remind me, Het Heru, who's missing from the Egyptian pantheon?
Heru, also known as Horus.
She's actually really surprised at that one.
It seems with the ones missing from the Norse pantheon that there's a common link between the missing gods.
Well, typically, so far we've seen that either a leader or a big, large figure is gone. It's a god of, and she'll say, so just Horus, or are there any others?
Only Horus that we know of, but the Neger are notoriously fractious at times.
She'll kind of sigh and say, very well. So far, yeah, it seems like I guess you could say, either the leaders or the sons of the offspring of those leaders seem to be killed.
Well, it seems to me like the leaders and the great warriors are being taken.
She'll nod at that. Basically, I guess it's
Warriors are being... The leaders and the warriors.
that's not good. That seems a little bit specific.
I agree. Do you think they are actually being killed off, or is there perhaps something or someone that's maybe collected them?
I guess we don't know at the moment.
Because there's been just some weird stuff in this city since I got back here from Russia. Something is very off here.
So as you guys are talking, you notice the image of Hathor, like she flickers. Like she pops out of existence for a second, then pops right back in.
Did I see any magical effect that combined with that?
No.
Are you okay?
I am growing weak. It's taking a lot of strength to be here. I will have to go soon.
Do you wish us, would it be easier if we went back into the club?
Too late. Stay here.
She'll nod.
Well, some quintessence help.
Oh yeah, I have Prime 3. Could I channel some quintessence to her?
If you have some, she'll nod and say that would help.
Alright, she'll nod. So she'll kind of... She'll actually just kind of hold out her hand for Hathor to hold.
She will reach out and take Hannah's hand. She feels surprisingly solid for a spirit.
She might notice that Hannah's resonance, that she vibrates a little bit when she holds on to people, but it's nothing too annoying. So she'll use a Prime 3 effect to channel some quintessence to her. She will use her Enochian word of power transfer in Enochian. Adib will recognize that. And she'll concentrate. I'll bring the diff down to 5, and she'll take an extra turn just to make sure to get it right, to bring it down to diff 4.
Okay.
Now 2 successes.
Yeah, 2 successes. Tiger.
So I'll give her to Quinn.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception awareness, difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3? That's my favorite difficulty.
You do not have... Okay, you do not have legacy.
What is a legacy, Joey? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. Similar to the amount of successes I fucking got.
What the fuck, Tiger?
What happened?
I got 0 successes.
I'm going.
How do you get 0 successes on a diff 3?
Because I got a 4, a 6, and 2
The dice
1s.
hate you. The dice hate you.
I'm going to
Oh, you poor thing.
go bash my head open with a shovel.
So
Fine.
Katsuya does not sense the weird metaphysical stuff going on as this happens.
Can I still
Hello?
re-roll at a higher diff?
Yes.
I want to do something.
Just
please.
plus 1 diff.
Okay. 4 successes.
All right. So with 4 successes, you feel like some a brief pulse of supernatural power from Hannah into the spirit, but you also feel something else. You feel like this emanation of supernatural power coming from something that's what is your fate score?
My fate score? Or my faith score, sorry. 3.
It is something that's fairly close within the 3 miles. Like, you couldn't quite pinpoint exactly, but whatever it is, you feel it getting closer.
Something coming. Oh.
Really comes back missing this conversation with quintessence.
Sorry, what was that, Kim? It was hard to hear you.
Lily comes back missing this conversation with quintessence. It's got like 5 in a bowl. A whole bunch of coins.
Oh, nice.
She will just take the coins and start like absorbing them. And I'll double check that. I thought I did, but I'll double check
I
that.
thought you said so too, but I'm not. I just can't remember. That's all.
I'll look.
I can easily look at my sheet here.
But yeah, Tetsuya did say that something was coming.
She'll say then, what was it like? What did you feel?
I didn't really get a good feel for what it was, only how strong it was. Joey.
Hannah will begin to kind of pay attention to her 360 vision and try to analyze what's going on, see if there's anything happening with her prime sight.
So yes, you didn't really get a sense of any specific like flavoring from it, so to speak. Just that it's like feels almost like pressure pushing down on you, and then it's getting closer.
Oh man.
She'll kind of get up and say, "Excuse me."
You did.
Okay.
She'll peek out the window.
So as she peeks out the window, she sees a man in a red robe with a mask over his face crossing the road, walking towards the cafe.
Yeah.
With a group of men in red robes following him.
This motherfucker think he's doing?
Ash looks when that's said. And when she looks and sees what she sees, she kind of clenches her teeth and kind of gives a low growl while sitting in the seat in Hamid.
Hannah will just kind of have her wand in her hand, and she'll focus her energy, her thoughts to it, and she'll try to activate Force of Sight.
She's gonna hold up her finger and step outside and block the door. What are you doing?
The man in the red, the lead man with the mask on, says, "We are not here for you."
Well, this is my place. What are you doing?
We are here to talk to the blasphemer you are sheltering inside.
Oh, you're gonna... You know what? I don't care. Not your place. You're not welcome.
Ash kind of slowly stands up.
All right, so Kim.
Yes. I'm denying them hospitality to my building.
Okay, so one of them throws a knife at you with one success. Go ahead.
Are you going dodge?
Let's see.
Can I, the one that throws the I see what the rule is for this, but
The thing is, you guys, everybody else is still inside. She went out by herself to confront them.
Can I use entropy to try and catch the knife?
no. Forewarning them that they are not welcome here.
I think
Use entropy to lower the difficulty of me catching it, and then use my dexterity to actually catch it.
Tiger, you're the mage guy. Would that be a thing that would work?
You'd have to have time to get the effect off. Like, you'd have to be expecting them to do it, so you could prep to get the effect off.
I mean,
That's it.
potentially, if she's using an instrument that is reflexive, she could potentially pull that off. But
Yeah.
like if she just had like a word, and then that could maybe do it. I don't know. That's up to Tiger.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna, like, step to the side. And then, let's see.
Well, go ahead and roll your dodge. Your dodge.
What is this one? Let's see this.
Yep, you dodge it.
I am defender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll go to pick up the knife. That was rude.
What was the thing? Really quick, what was the thing you were trying to do, Holly?
I'm sorry, what was that? I just walked.
Oh,
Got back on my headset here.
what was the thing you were trying to do before when they threw the knife at her?
Well, I was going if I can. I was just gonna try to use the gift kneel on the specific guy that threw the knife at her.
Okay, but she already dodged it, so.
So, yep. Well, that's when you said she went outside, so that's why I had also said that. Oh, well, then that's when Ash probably just stands up.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So when Lily says that was rude, the leader just says, "You are in our way. Get out of the way, or we will kill you."
Oh. Ash hears the threat, and she does not waste time walking to the door. Sorry, impatient flaw here.
Hannah will be kind of lurking in the shadows with her wand in her hand.
I'm gonna grab a fucking chair.
And she looks at him and she says, "The kind lady said that you are not welcome in this place."
I got a question out of character. What's my Can I tell if this guy is a spirit?
He is not a spirit.
What are their auras like?
You cannot see their auras.
Fuck.
Their auras are hidden.
I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm calling the police. And takes out her cell phone and starts calling for the police.
The dude with the mask on just nods as like 4 of the people draw knives and charge Lily, and the rest charge Ash.
Okay, I'm gonna have my wand in my hand, and what I want to do is I just want to try and have like try to have a gust of wind come in to try and throw off their attacks.
Okay, I'm gonna need initiative rolls first.
All right.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna have them all
about
go
falling touch here to just hit one, but
on.
I have to see what that roll takes. But I'll do the initiative. Oh crap! I gotta get on Discord.
I'm going to have them all act on one action to make it simple.
Okay.
There is like 12 of them.
Holy fuck.
So 6 of them go after Lily and 6 of them come at Ash, is what you're saying?
No, 4 of them go after
okay.
Lily, and then 8 go after Ash.
You gotta go.
Because they know what Ash is.
Do I recognize their uniforms at all? They don't look hermetic, do they?
They are not hermetic.
Okay. They look like any other tradition.
Sorry, my Discord is being turtley.
Couldn't insult turtles like that.
Gotta love those turtles. Okay.
The turtles
So
we can roll for you.
No, I got it. It's up now. I just forgot to do it before. R 1d10. I guess it doesn't matter. Can I just roll it as the RD10? I don't have to add the difficulty or anything.
nope, you can just roll as 1d10.
Okay. I just wasn't sure how it would work. Okay, so 5. And Hamid, so go me. $11. So yeah, that's an 11.
And then Adam also has 11, so who has higher dexterity?
I have 3.
I have 3 as well.
What's
So
your wits?
My wits is also 3.
You go first, then. I have 2.
So, and then Ash at 11 and Hannah at 11.
Before I call rage, I want to see how this.
Ash, Tetsuya, Lily. Who am I forgetting? Hannah. I've only got 4 PCs,
I just
right?
have to make.
Yes. We're outnumbered 3-1. Good.
I'm basing my gift does this.
Okay, you got a second because I have to write down each individual goon for health levels.
Dude,
Perfect.
you have a second. I don't know how.
Yeah. Book's open because otherwise my computer will deny me. Oh, sweet.
You guys ought to be fine. Only like 3 of them to each of you.
I'm going to drop some rage because I have 8 dudes.
Yeah. How much rage did you want Ash to drop?
I can only drop 3 at a good time, and because I have 8 people coming at me, I'm dropping 3.
Okay. So Lily goes first in initiative.
She is going to step into her shop and lock the door in their faces before anybody can get out of the shop.
Ash had already
Damn
gotten
it.
up. Yeah.
So she's going to step into the shop and not lock the door.
So here's the thing. You did say that you locked the door when you came out of it.
I said a blocked.
Oh,
Locked.
to be fair, they are almost identical words.
No, I know. I can understand where you got that because locked.
Mm-hmm. So
Hannah was still inside the shop. She was just in the shadows, like behind the door.
okay. So you left Ash outside.
So she's going to look to her husband and tell him to defend the change. Defend the Chantry is 3 words, so I could get that off in one action. Yay!
Sorry.
And then
And Ash is gonna die.
I mean, she might. How good is
She
she?
might.
Because since Lily went inside, all 12 of them are focused on her now.
I know.
Only had forces 3. Oh.
The joy. Let me see. I have quite the gift list, to be perfectly honest with you.
Mhm.
Which actually that leads me to I can't remember what Callie's tongue does, but I think that drops their ability to soak.
It stops them from healing, is what Callie's tongue does.
That's right.
Mhm. So here, the 4 that we're going after, Lily are just going to burst through the door, like they're going to body slam the door. And then the 8 that were on Ash are going to, they're going to stab at her. And I'm gonna just make a combined attack for all of them.
Okay.
That way we're not sitting. You're not sitting here while I roll 8 different times.
Right. Well, I know I obviously can't do this 8 times. I don't know how you would want me to make this work. But because she has falling touch, can I try to like swing my arms in a manner to try to catch more than one? Because all it requires is touch.
She can do that on her turn.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Well, like I said, I spent rage, so that's why I was making sure. Like,
With forces sight,
I obviously don't want 8 dudes to hit me.
So, what was your question, Adam?
Is there any ambient static electricity on any of them or anyone in the area?
I mean, there's a little bit like natural.
All right. I just wanted to know.
Unless,
So
this is something to keep in mind, Joey. I have the flaw slip sideways, and that comes into effect in stressful situations.
gotcha. So 2 times 8, 16.
But oh my god.
So I'm only giving them 2 dice for each and then putting them together.
Okay.
Also, are there any bystanders on the street?
Yes, but they're ignoring the group.
So if Ash started yelling rape, someone is bound to notice.
Theoretically. Because here's the thing. Ash has seen this dude. Does Ash have common sense?
I do not have common sense, no.
Make me a quick reflexive intelligence roll, if that's one of the things she's planning.
Just an intelligence roll? All right.
Yep, straight intelligence.
I have to scroll up here. I think that's what I thought. I thought all my mentals were at 3. They are.
And for the people that are still in the cafe, in the shop, Hathor has stood up and she looks very, very scared.
The standard, Joey?
Yes, standard.
So
Nope. No successes, courtesy of a 1.
So she does not remember the thing. So for this...
quick,
Okay, go ahead, Kim.
sorry. I know you said that like all 4 of them body slammed the door. Does that mean they all fell on top of each other when the door swung open because it wasn't locked?
Like the first one through would have, but then like the 3 after wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then so for this attack roll, Holly, if you want to dodge, that will.
Okay. I will
That would
definitely
be a good
use
idea.
one of my rage actions to dodge.
Okay.
If they're coming at me, I'm assuming they're all trying to stab upper, right?
They're all
Right?
just trying to stab you, like they're swarming you, stabbing anywhere they can reach.
So
Which is gonna
if
give them
I
a plus
try
one
if I try to duck, should I be okay?
No, because some of them are like going like
Okay.
lower down. They're basically stabbing at you, like coming in
Well,
as a
fuck
big
it.
mass.
Fuck it. I will try to dodge. I will just do I'm not even gonna try to specify. If I can try to move somewhere, I'm trying to move.
All right, so they have 4 successes to hit.
4 to hit? Okay. So let's see, my dex is 3.
Yeah, Old World of Darkness
Athletics
is the
is
best
3.
system, right? 16 dice equates to 4 successes.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean,
They're having to, like, it makes they're having to kind of like stab around each other as well and not get like
Yeah.
right?
That's why I gave them a higher diff, because they are kind of getting in their own way.
silly boys.
Standard diff, right?
Yes, standard diff. At least it wasn't all of them, because that would have been a 24 dice attack.
I got 2 successes to dodge.
All right, so you take 2 of their attack successes off. So that's 8, 9, 10, plus 1 for a dagger. 8
Goody.
times.
I think I only have. Let's see. I better have my soak ready.
So I'm just gonna add the
Epic.
plus 1 for the dagger once instead of once for each, because that's 18 dice. So
My epic homage stamina roll is 4. Thankfully.
oh my! Ooh. Soak 7 lethal, please.
Yikes.
Thankfully, it's 7, so I know that I'm not going to go in cap, but I might go stunned.
Unless you soak, what is your stamina at? 4?
4.
So if you soak more than 3, you won't be stunned.
Right. So I said I at least have 4.
At least it's lethal. If it was ag, you'd be dead, and if you failed.
And I'm really glad that ones don't cancel out on a soak.
Right?
Okay, dice gods, I pray to thee, please love me.
Oh my!
Fucking success. So Ash drops.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. Hey, you get rage heal roll,
Oh my god. Okay.
and you have
What's
a
the
fuck
damage?
ton of rage.
I know I have
Rage heal-
7 rage.
difficulty 8, I believe, and each success heals 1 lethal.
Well, no, wait. She had to soak 7 lethal, right?
She took 6.
Yeah. So it's
Actually, no. So you don't rage heal yet. You don't rage heal yet till you're in cap, because 6 isn't in cap. That's right.
Right.
You just have it. So you don't have to worry about rage roll yet.
I don't know. I don't remember the werewolf rule, so don't trust me.
But I'm pretty sure that I might need to roll a rage roll for frenzy.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll rage for frenzy.
Because yeah. I just got stabbed by 8 people, and
Yeah, that's not a very nice situation to be in as a werewolf.
Well, especially in Hamid.
is it? I can't remember the diff. What's the moon? Because this is a rage roll.
Let me go check what moon phase it is.
Oh God! If it's a full moon, it's my moon. This could be bad.
It is a waning crescent, which I believe is. Let me go to my book. I believe that's 6 for waning crescent. Where's W20?
Waxing crescent. So it's new. So it's a new moon tonight.
No, waxing crescent is not a new moon.
Well, at least that's what it says here on this website. Moon phase tonight, new moon.
Well, the one I saw when said it's waxing crescent, so we'll just go with that to make
roll with that. Yeah.
to make it simple, because otherwise we'll be here for.
God damn it.
Okay. So what is the diff on a crescent? It doesn't matter whether it's waxing or waning. It's crescent.
I'm looking. I can't. I'm trying to find it in the book. I believe it's under mental states.
Well, let's see. I know the highest one. It would be the Regavash one, and I think that's 8.
I think I found it. All right, so it's 7.
7. Yep. Okay. So perfect. Okay.
I like how Tetsuya's getting a chair.
Let's see how pissed off the Arun gets. We got 2 successes.
Only minorly. Sorry, you go, Tiger.
I was saying that how pissed off.
So with 2 successes,
shift Krynos.
Yeah, not enough to frenzy. You're pissed.
Not enough to
not that.
frenzy.
Not that pissed.
Which is good for the veil.
Yes. So that takes us to Tetsuya's turn.
Okay. So I have a chair.
Are you chairing them?
I am, in fact. I'm gonna give him a chair. You're gonna get a chair.
Okay. So
the chair.
It's an improvised weapon. So I'm gonna say. Here's the question: would Tetsuya have been like the wrestling that he did? Would they have done the stuff with like beating each other with chairs and shit like that?
Oh hell yeah!
So I'm gonna say
That is the reason why.
I'm gonna say that's a standard, and I'll let you use melee or not melee, brawl because of your specialty. So standard dex brawl.
No. I'm over an extra bad. All right, I got 5 to fuck up this dude's day with a chair.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage.
What is the damage on a chair?
I'm gonna just say +1, but it's bashing.
Okay. And I'm assuming that my good right hook merit will not apply on this.
No.
You said strength +1, 2+4, so 4 + 9. Or no, 4 + 5, sorry, is 9. There we go. Another 5.
All right, so he gets rolled to soak this because it's bashing. How much do you think he's gonna soak with his amazing soak pool of 2?
Probably 2.
He soaked none.
Okay.
So
Is he stunned?
you break his nose.
Sorry.
Yeah, you break his nose and stun him. And that takes us to Ash's action.
Oh, my rage action?
No, your regular action.
Oh, that's right.
Because you used a rage action to dodge.
Wouldn't I technically be stunned after taking that much damage? Or are you going to give it to me?
You're right, you would be stunned. So it goes to Hannah then.
Yep.
Unless
Okay. I'm in the I'm kind of in the shadows, right? And I can see these people, correct?
Yeah, they're regular. Well, not regular, but they are in the mortal world.
Okay, so in my jacket, I have my wand in my jacket, and I'm trying to make this as coincidental as possible. I want to amplify the ambient static electricity, because I'm guessing they're all like rubbing up against each other, right?
The three who are like pushing against each other to get through the door would be.
Yeah, those guys. I'm gonna be mainly. Actually, I'm gonna be targeting the ones that are attacking Ash, because she's the one who's in a lot of trouble right now.
Well, here's the thing: do you have clear line of sight to her? Because she is outside and you are inside.
Can I find? Is there a window where I can look out?
This is bakery. Like, all bakeries have those huge windows where you can look in and see all the goods.
It's kind of true. I worked in a bakery. The windows are freaking massive out front.
So yes, you can get line of sight, but you're gonna have to move out of the shadows to get in position to get proper line of sight on her.
That's gonna make it vulgar. I have too much docs.
All I know is I'm gonna have a series of badass battle scars if I survive this.
Just note, I have 10 docs on my sheet, so technically at any point, my paradox will just, I think I can have a backlash at any moment, so just keep that in mind. I'm trying to think here. Okay, I guess I'm moving out of the shadows a little bit. I'm crouched down. I'm trying to make my silhouette as small as possible. And the reason for this is I'm trying to make this as coincidental as possible. So let me know if you think this is coincidental. I'm trying to just basically, as they're stabbing each other, as they're stabbing Ash, I would like to try and manipulate the ambient static electricity with forces 2 to basically cause to cause like a surge of lightning to hit them.
So I would say normally, because of the reality zone you're in, it would probably be vulgar, but because there's a spirit nearby, she's altering the reality zone enough that you're good. It'll be coincidental.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
So don't botch.
I'll be spending a willpower point. I'm using my wand. That's a personalized and unique instrument, so that's a -2. Here we go. So forces 2 attack, so that means my diff is 3. Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna put 3 successes, because I'm using forces, so I get an extra damage success. I'm going to put 3 successes into damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 2 successes to affect 2 extra targets. So I'm attacking 3 targets in total with a 6 ag lightning hit.
All right. So that is. So what Ash sees is as these guys are standing, 3 of them start like shaking, like really violently.
Okay.
And then they drop stunned.
Fantastic.
Okay. That is Hannah's turn, which takes us to Ash's first rage action.
Okay. I know I used one of my rage to dodge.
Mm-hmm. So you have 2 rage actions.
Perfect. So I'm in Hamid, and I'm going to use Falling Touch to try to knock some of these guys back.
Okay. So go ahead.
Any of the... Oh, dang it. I had to go back. I had to check my auspice. Auspice gifts are at the very end because I'm an Arun.
I don't get why Aruns are at the very end when they're literally the first alphabetical order.
Because it goes.
Technically, New Moon is first.
Yeah.
The No Moon and
Yeah,
Theurge, so on and so forth. It loops around. Arun and Ragabash are pretty close because of the loop. Same with the Theurge and whatnot. But
so go ahead and roll willpower, difficulty 6, and what I'll do is I'll roll a D, because 3 of them got knocked down, so 8 minus 3. I'll roll a D5 to see how many of them get knocked down. Like, to see how many of them she hits with her, like, swing.
Willpower, then?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Six.
difficulty of
Can I
6.
spend a willpower because I'm fighting for my life here?
You
I'll
can-
allow it.
Well, you can technically
Willpower?
spend. I mean, I think you can spend willpower whenever you want. I'm not sure how you guys do it here, though.
Usually you have to focus, and I've been sitting here stunned, so I figure I have time to be like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. I'm a big fan of trying to avoid spending willpower as much as possible.
The nice thing about using a dice spot is I can roll weird dice like 1d5.
8d10, because I have an 8 willpower. Go me. And it's a standard, correct?
Standard, because that's their dexterity athletics put together. Or stamina athletics, I think. Is it stamina or dexterity? Yeah, 6.
For
six.
the gift, stamina. Yep, okay. 6 successes.
Oh, hell
All
yeah.
right. So you knock 3 of them to the ground. Because you technically only... Actually, it's 7 successes.
Is it?
So, yeah, because you paid the willpower.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Yes.
Ironically, you only need 1 success for that gift for it to work.
I know.
So...
That's why I was like, nope, I'm fighting for my life. This has to happen.
There are 2 of them still standing up, and it is Ash's other rage action.
I'm going for those other 2 in the same manner. Like, shit. So you want the same roll, or?
Yeah, it's willpower at the difficulty of their stamina athletics.
And it's still 6?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
And those 2 are still up.
Nothing.
So that drops us to the top of the round. Does Ash want to declare any rage?
Yeah, because she's still facing enemies.
So 3.
And hasn't healed. Yep, 3.
All
The
right.
Arun in her is going for it full bore.
So it is Lily's action.
Lily. Okay. So I have entropy. One of my ropes is like clockwork. And I want the 2 dudes that are outside that are still attacking Ash to trip on the rope.
How does that route work, Tiger? Because I don't know that route.
Doesn't work for that. Like clockwork basically makes it so that something will continue going, like on its own, like a clock. You won't have to like reset it or anything. But you can do that with an entropy 2 or 3 effect. It just won't. You don't get the rope.
Alright. So I will do the make them trip on their own ropes.
So remember, it is +1 diff because it's not a rope, and you don't have time to slow cast.
Alright, so 2. So we'll start at 5, then the +1 diff, so go to 6. I have 5 quintessence in my power, 5 quintessence in my pattern. Can I spend 3 of it to drop it by 3?
What's your targeting? But yeah.
Alright. To spend 3 quintessence to drop it by 3. It also increases by 1 because I'm targeting 2 people, so it goes back up to 4.
No, to target extra people, I believe it's first. You have to spend successes to do it. You don't raise your diff.
So then it's 3. I'm gonna flip them off as a blessing and a curse from my entry. And I want to spend a willpower.
Okay.
One. 4 successes with the willpower.
So 2 and 2.
2 into effect and 2 into what?
Okay, how many people you?
2.
Okay, so you can put 3 into effect and then spend that last one to hit the other person.
Yeah.
So
Because you only need because
you get the first one for free.
So
Okay.
she got 4 successes total. So
So 3 into effect, and the last one to hit the other person.
that takes it to the cultist section. So what they're going to do is the 4 that are inside the building, like that are through the door, are just going to lift their hands and point them at Hathor. And I'm going to roll a thing.
no.
Tiger, wait, 1 second, I'm gonna sneeze.
Do you need to message me something?
I was just gonna ask if you could roll something for me that I'm not rolling against myself because I don't like doing that.
Okay. What do you need to roll?
So can you roll? Spirits use Gnosis, right? Yeah. Can you roll 6 dice against a standard difficulty?
Yes.
4 of them, so 2 per each. That's 8.
She got 6 successes.
They
They
got
got 7.
What the fuck? How the fuck does that happen? What?
Where did you roll this?
It was in the Discord.
I don't see it.
Are you in the dice rolling
Yeah,
channel?
that's weird. I don't see it. Whatever.
Are you in the right one? Are you in KS over London?
Yeah, I am. That's kind of weird.
That is strange. Maybe your Discord's acting up.
Yeah, it does that from time to time. So what you guys see is you see them like raise their hands up and their hands start glowing and Hathor starts flickering and then there's a pop and she disappears.
Fuck.
And
No.
so the 2 that are outside that were fighting Ash that were still standing go to stab her and trip over their robes. And then the other ones, like all the ones that got knocked down and everything that are still conscious, because the ones that Hannah hit are knocked out, they stand up and they just start walking away. They just start running.
That's right, bitches, run!
I start helping her and try to help her inside because she's fucked up.
And then her flickering off.
She only took lethal damage, so she can actually regenerate.
But not
She's like, get out of here. She's not
Actually-
even focusing on healing.
She's not in
like,
a breed form, right?
yeah, you're not in your brief.
I am in Hamid. I am not in breed form.
So that means you can regenerate.
But that's on her turn.
That's right.
Yep.
And we are technically still in combat
We're still in combat? Okay.
because only the ones that were still conscious ran away, and there's still the 4 inside the building. So there's one. So there's 4 inside the building, and then there's 3 still left outside because the ones who were like knocked down, they got up and ran. However, the ones that are outside with Ash are pretty close to dead. They're incapacitated. So it is Tetsuya's action. There are still the 4 inside, one of whom is bleeding from the nose.
I'd like to hit my apocalyptic form.
Okay, so the way you do that is you can either spend a faith point to enter it automatically, or roll your faith score. And you only need 1 success.
What is the?
Yeah, I believe it is standard. Let me open Demon really quick and double check, so I'm not pulling your leg.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's standard though. Houses of Darkness. No, it's Eyes of Fire. Okay, so you roll, difficulty 6.
Okay.
And it is an instantaneous transformation.
I got 2 successes, so I did it. And I get all the stuff from the first thing before the torment, right?
Yes, you have to consciously manifest the high torment stuff,
Okay.
or you get it if you're high torment enough automatically.
Gotcha.
So,
That's
do you want to
fine.
describe him turning into his apocalyptic form, or do you want me to?
So, yeah, you go ahead and do it because you know more about this stuff than I do, honestly.
All right. So what you guys see is as Tetsuya, as he's kind of lifting this chair back, his physical form sort of melts and he grows huge with these huge talons coming out of his hands and teeth come out of his mouth as he turns into like this almost gorilla-like form. And each of you is hit with this sense of this is not human. This is an old thing. It is not evil, but it is majestic, even though it's pretty fucking terrifying too. Because revelation is a thing.
All right.
And I need to check if it affects supernaturals really quickly. No, so you guys are good. So you feel this, you're just not like supernaturally messed up by it.
And would I still be able to get an attack in?
Yes, because it's reflexive.
Okay, good. I'm gonna hit him with the fucking chair again. I got some next hits.
So are you hitting the same one that you hit before or another one?
A different one.
Okay.
So it's a dex. My dex gets +2 because of my apocalyptic form. This increases the size. Or roll. Alright, I'm assuming wrestling applies for this since I'm doing it wrestling style.
Yes.
7 successes to the chair.
All right, go ahead and roll damage. Go plus
Okay,
6 dice.
Yeah. So, strength +1. My strength is currently 6. +1 is 7, +6. 7 damage.
All right, let's see if he soaks any. I'm kind of doubtful, but you never know. He soaks too, so he takes another 5. Just like the last dude you hit with the chair. And it is Ash's first action. So go ahead and roll your regen roll, which if we pop over to health.
I believe it's stamina difficulty 8.
Yes. And if you succeed, you heal 1 health level.
I think, yeah, per success, right?
No, just 1 health level per turn. If it's lethal. If it's bashing, you regenerate 1 health level bashing per turn under any circumstances.
Dope.
So go ahead and roll your stamina holly at diff 8. Oh, she BRB'd. Okay.
I'm back.
Perfect timing. So
My dog almost killed me, but I'm back.
Go ahead and roll stamina at difficulty 8 to see if you heal a lethal or not.
All right, my stamina is 4.
And then you do have wound penalties, so you might want to spend
I know.
power on that.
Yep. Well, no, I know. But that doesn't count towards stamina.
No. I'm just saying when you actually go to do your
Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend willpower to ignore wound penalties and all
As I was
that.
looking, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, but if she heals this, it's only a -2.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't, it's a -5.
8.
So
I got 1 success.
That's all you need. You are at 5 lethal now. And you're at a -2 for health for dice pool penalty.
Yes.
And you can only stagger about, so that's your movements, because you can only move about 3 yards or meters per turn.
Well, that's fine. Is it my go? already.
It is your action.
So how many? You said there were 3 of these guys left outside.
There's 3 left outside. All of them are at incap, or not at incap. All of them are at crippled. So if you are pretty much free to coup de grace them.
Okay, I was just gonna say, are they still standing? Like what?
No.
Just so I can get an idea for.
They can take like 1 action to coup de grace one now, and then it'll go to Hannah's action, and then you got 3 actions to coup de grace the other 2. And do something else.
Well, what I wanted to do was try to snap one's neck.
Okay.
Bare hands, grab it and snap the neck.
And what is Ash's strength?
Ash's strength, if I recall, I have to get up there. I think it's 4. Let's see. Oh, nope, her strength is 3.
So with 3, I would allow without a roll since they're in cap, but it's going to take her whole action.
Okay, that's fine.
So that is her action. She snaps one's neck. He's dead. And then it's Hannah's action.
1 second. I'm actually just realized I haven't chosen my martial arts maneuvers, but I already know what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna use a knee strike. And since I'm fast casting here, since I'm not necessarily working with 100% familiar. I'm using. Actually, funny enough, I have my wand in my hand still, and I'm gonna actually just try and give a good knee strike into the one that Ash is currently fighting against. Tag team.
She's still outside.
Oh, she's still outside. So yeah. I guess I'm gonna go for the one of the individuals that are in the building itself.
Do you want to go for one of the ones that's hurt or one of the ones that's unhurt?
One of the ones that's hurt.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the accuracy roll with the martial arts. So the knee strike for 6. So that's Dex plus martial arts. Diff, is it 5 or 6?
I think it depends on your style.
It's diff 5. For the knee strike, it's actually any style. It's diff 5 regardless. That's nice. Okay, I will roll the Irritate now. It's minus, so it's coincidental, plus forces 2, plus 1 because of the fast casting, minus 2 because of the wand that I have in my hand, so diff 4. I got 2 successes, so I think I deal 2 lethal to that guy. Boom!
Well, don't forget if you're using forces to accentuate the attack, you get the additional damage dice, or additional damage success.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that would be 6 lethal.
So 6 lethal on top of 5 bashing. Yeah, you pretty much kill one. You kill the first one that you hit.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty dead. And that takes us down to Ash's first rage action.
Okay, so there's 2 more left?
Yep, 2 more left outside.
Again, are they standing or on the ground? Like what? Kneeling? What?
They're down. They're on the ground.
Well, let's see. She just snapped one's neck with her bare hand. She's going to go crush the other one's throat with her foot.
Yep. So that's 1 rage action. Because these are basically coup de grace.
And I'm assuming my 3rd rage action is the 3rd guy.
Well, because you had 3 rage actions. There were only 2 left because you used your main action to kill one. So if you use another action for another coup de grace, you still have 1 free rage action.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was my main action. Okay. So it's obviously my turn for all 3 then.
And there are still 2. What she can do is she can hit the one in the back of the doorway, like the back one in the doorway.
Yep. I basically, like I said, after I crush the one dude's throat with my foot, if there's no one, yeah, I will go in and deal behind if I can. Like, doesn't see it coming style, if that's possible.
Yeah, we'll get a full flank because he's still focused on what's going on inside.
I'm going to choke his ass out.
All right, so Dex Brawl to grapple.
Okay.
Don't forget it's -2 because you have the full flank.
Yep. 3. 7. I don't think primal counts here because it's choking.
Yeah.
7, so it's -2 dice for wound penalty, so 5 and -2 diff, which puts it at what for diff? Sorry, I don't have a.
I think grappling is standard diff, so it's 4 with the
So
-2.
4, okay. Okay. 1 success. Dang it, if only 10's counted.
So
I don't.
on his action, he will get a chance to attempt to get out of the grapple. It is top of the round. Do you want to declare any more rage?
I have 1 rage, so I'm gonna. Oh god, I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay, so it is Lily's action, Kim. There are 3 left.
3 left.
Yes. However, there are still a lot of bodies out in front of her shop now.
Sorry.
Question. Is one of them unconscious?
One of them is not unconscious. One of them is dead. Of the there's 3 still left. The one of the 3 who's still left has a nosebleed and looks like his head is hurting really bad. So he got whacked in the face with a chair.
I'm gonna put him in a chokehold and make him pass out.
Okay, so same things. Dex brawl to grapple.
To this.
Can I spend a willpower?
Sure.
Good thing you spent that willpower.
So it is just okay. So it's just a fail, right? If she spent willpower, but she botched.
Yeah, if you.
We tossed up that roll though.
Oh. I don't remember if the willpower made it just a straight failure for the botch or not.
Oh, if you spend a willpower point on an action, you get that 1 success no matter what, and even if you botch the roll itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So 1 success, you grapple him. And it is now their actions. So the 2 that are grappled are going to attempt to free themselves from their grapple. So
that's me and
so I'm gonna roll Kim's first. So you're gonna have to roll strength, Kim.
Can I spend a willpower again?
I'm gonna say because let's say it's in the same churn. I mean, if you want, I'll tell you right now, he's only rolling 1 dice because of wound penalties. It's kind of excessive, really.
I'm gonna spend a willpower anyways.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did.
So she still has him
Yeah.
locked?
Willpower. She got 1.
Yep. And the one who Ash has is going to attempt to struggle.
Alright, so you want me to roll strength as well?
Yes.
With a willpower roll because these guys just really ticked her off.
I mean,
With a
if you
willpower
want,
point.
he rolled no successes. The only thing it'd do is stop you from botching.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't botch because these guys just tried to murder me and
Okay. Don't forget to mark down your willpower spends.
nope, I've spent 2.
Okay.
And I have 2 successes.
All right. So then when it comes back to your guys' turns, you guys can roll strength and do strength damage since they didn't get out. It takes us to... Oh, there's still the one who's not grappled or anything. He's going to pull out a gun and shoot himself in the head.
Pussy.
You know what? That's fair.
He knows
And
he's done for. He's
so-
outnumbered.
Well, here's the thing. As he falls, his body disappears. And you guys just hear a very quiet, almost in the back of your mind, cackling.
Do I recognize this cackle?
No, but Tetsuya feels like he recognizes it. He doesn't know why, but he feels like he recognizes it. That takes us to Tetsuya's turn.
How many people are up now?
Just the two that are being grappled by the girls.
Okay.
Just stab one and call it good.
Are there two? What about the ones that are still in the bakery?
Those are the only ones left. Are the two in the bakery who are being grappled. There are like 5 bodies outside though.
How would I get additional things on my apocalyptic farm? You said you could concentrate to like add the torment ones.
So you have to make a faith roll to manifest a high torment, and you get a temporary torment automatically if you succeed.
I'm gonna do that. 'Cause- Ugh.
So which one are you manifesting?
Keeping Maw.
Oh, okay. Let me go to the Rabasu lores. Zaltu. Gave him... Oh, fuck!
Yeah.
The prophet of those.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Hey,
So
Joey.
the... Yeah?
Devour.
All right, so you feel... So what happens is Nikudel reaches into that part of his mind and draws on all that anger from being trapped in the abyss for millennia for these goddamn humans, and he feels his teeth extend and grow and his mouth like grows open. Like, you guys have seen Supernatural, right? Or actually, have you seen the new It? That's a better example.
No, I
haven't
hate
seen it.
clowns.
So let me Google really quick.
That is so fucking.
Because there's a really good example of what this looks like. Is his teeth, his mouth just opens impossibly wide to show these teeth. And go ahead and roll your attack roll, Tiger, while I add your torment to your sheet.
Let's start from right.
Yeah. Sorry?
I was just mumbling to myself to remember things.
Oh, gotcha.
Difficulties of bite attacks decreased by 2. Oh, yes.
Because that's totally needed.
That is that shit that I do like. I got a 4
So-
Tiger's like, oh yeah, baby.
So what I put in the side chat is a good visual representation. Like, when he opens his mouth, it's a good visual representation of kind of what this looks like. Go ahead and roll damage, Tiger. I'm being called. I will be right back.
Ugh.
Or yikes. How many schools? Oh. Hold on. Oof.
Egg, oh my.
Yeah.
Hannah doesn't feel comfortable at any of this, by the way.
That's
She doesn't like to kill people at all. I think she's killed. This is her second kill in her life.
Ash has killed way too many people.
Yeah, Hannah after this is like, nope, I'm not using magic to kill people. I've read about what happens when you do that. Nope, 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 not anymore. I don't want Jor. I'm already insane.
Self-defense, it needed to be a thing.
Sorry, like you and Holly spoke at the same time. What was that, Kim? I'm sorry, Kim. When Holly coughed right when you were talking, what was,
Mute it for that reason.
what was that, Kim?
Save somebody for interrogation so that they can interrogate him.
Ah. That's an idea. So I wish there was a way to do forces with just bashing. I think there is a way to do it. It would mostly be just like a wind punch. I think that's a thing.
Don't do it, Fenris. You leave the cat alone. I'm back here, good boy. His tail, so he leaves the cat alone. I don't like doing it. I know, Fenris. But you're mean to the kitty if I don't.
Oh, poor Fenris. And poor Kitty.
Well, I mean, the cat is like 15 pounds and he's 115, so.
Poor Kitty.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to lightly pinch his tail. He's lucky. The cat's not going to be so lucky. If
I
he
forgot
gets his
how
mouth.
light cats were in comparison to dogs. Like dogs can be freaking ginormous.
I have a 4.5-pound cat. She's my old lady. And he likes to pick her up by the scruff of the neck and carry her. And it makes me nervous because he's huge. I don't want him to accidentally break her neck.
There he is. But does he so far like hurt her at all by doing that?
She doesn't run like John's cats do. But he is also the biggest dog she's ever been around. Like, I've had Husky lab mixes and Shepherd lab mixes, and they at max were 70 pounds. He is a German Shepherd Husky mix at 115 pounds, and he's all muscle. Like, he's a big boy. Come here, buddy.
Sorry, I'm back. Mom called. Had to give me. had to give me the update about how their trip's going.
All good.
So what did I miss?
I dealt a tag.
Yeah, you killed him. Did you attack one of the one who'd already been hit with the chair, or the other one?
I'm gonna go with the one that had already been hit with the chair. Fuck that.
Okay, so that was the one.
Lily is grappling.
So here's what happens. So Lily, as you're grappling this dude, you see that Tetsuya's teeth changed and everything, and he just chomped down on this dude's head and pulled his head right off. As Lily is holding him in a chokehold. And then that takes us to Ash's action. So go ahead and roll strength for bashing damage on this dude as you're squeezing him in your grip.
My strength is 3 and Hamid. It just says Silencio.
Well, yeah, because you put the difficulty at 61 by accident instead of 6. So
Whoops.
it can't. Also, oh no, because the F's in the wrong spot.
Right.
You have to put the
It says,
F in between.
what?
Yeah.
Let's try this again. Here we go. 2 successes.
So let's see if he soaks it. He takes 1 bashing as she starts squeezing. That takes us to Hannah's action.
How many are left?
Just 1. You just saw one of them get his head and got eaten by Tetsuya. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think about how she would react to that. And honestly, she might. Let's see. She just did that, and that happened. She is just gonna. She's actually just gonna take some cover.
She's fuck this. I'm out. Fuck this.
Fuck this.
Nope.
She's arcaning in hopes to not have that thing fucking annihilate her. She's gonna go behind the counter and hide.
I mean, that's fair. To be honest, that's pretty fair. That takes us back up to Lily's action.
Lily is just like, don't kill him. And she's pointing to the last person that is alive.
She's doing what to them?
She points to the only surviving member of this cult and says, don't kill him.
Okay. So, Holly, you had this dude in like a headlock, right?
Yes.
So, as his hands are free, as it's his action now, he takes the knife he's holding, puts it in both hands, and stabs it up through his chin. And you feel his body literally melt away into nothing in your arms, like clothes and all.
She gives a low growl.
And then you can start passively healing that lethal. I believe it takes like an hour each.
Okay.
I can actually look because I'm in healing.
I'll have to make some rolls, but I do need to let my dog out because he's giving me the fuck you, I'm pacing look.
Yeah.
Let me out.
So.
What are you doing? Stop looking at the light box. Let me out.
Yeah. Pretty much. So I'm gonna let him out and I will be right back in. I'll make my rolls when I get back for healing.
Okay.
Great.
Finally.
So yeah, you guys are out of combat now.
You know what? You started, you might as well finish. And she like kicks the body towards
Tiger.
Are the rest of the bodies still there?
Yeah, the rest of the body that the ones that did not kill themselves are still there.
Okay. He's just gonna start eating them because body disposal, and also he's hungry.
All right, so I'm going to need you to roll conscience at a difficulty of 7.
Okay. That's fair, honestly.
Wait, don't roll yet. Let me look at the... Yeah, roll conscience.
All right, are you ready for this amazing dice pool?
Hey, you got... So you feel really bad about this? Like, you understand that eating these guys, they're still humans. They seem to be in some sort of cult. You know, probably aren't in their right minds. It's a bad thing, but you're doing it because you have to, and you avoid gaining a torment.
Okay.
But you guys notice that the Red Prophet is still outside watching you guys. The main dude.
Yeah,
And he just
the effect where he trips on his robe on him.
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait 9 seconds.
Okay, so he looks at you as he feels your mystic power building for this effect. I know. He's just saying he looks at you as he feels that you're, kind of concentrating and building this up. He just looks at Lily, and you feel that you can't see him smiling. You get kind of a feeling that he's smiling behind his mask.
One.
Well, here's the thing. Does Lily have forces? Because he would not... Well, no, because it's not a lock sphere. Never mind. Never mind about that. It's not a locking sphere thing. But with one success... Yeah. So you're going to put that into success or effect or duration, Kim?
I'm gonna just put it into effect.
Okay. So, you curse him, and he just, nods and then flickers out of existence. So, yeah. You guys are just standing there as Tetsuya is eating the bodies. Now, is he going to go outside to eat the bodies outside? Because that people would probably notice that.
He's going to reach a paw out side and pull them inside.
All right, so I'm going to say that he is still, if he does it quickly enough, it would still be under the effect that the Red Prophet had that was keeping people from noticing that people don't notice that.
Okay.
But there's a lot of blood all over the floor of Lily's shop. A lot of blood. And there's bits that he missed. There's half an eye laying over right in front of the counter.
Disintegrating this matter, see?
Hmm?
What would it be like?
I believe it'd be matter at this point because they are dead.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm trying to use matter to disintegrate.
Hannah's scared but trying to keep herself calm by meditating underneath what she's hearing the noises of.
Go ahead and roll a meditation roll to see how well she does.
I'm guessing it's intelligence or.
Yeah, that's what makes sense. It's Tiger thinks otherwise.
You're trying to use your cognitive ability to try and stay calm. I have deep thoughts, so I don't know if that applies. And she fails. So she's trying, but she's just.
And I was waiting on. And then it is going to. Let's see.
So yeah, we're gonna assume people are in this state until Holly gets back. So you won't go get water or something. This is a good time to go take a real quick break.
I'll be right back.
So, disintegrate.
Come.
Is your focus?
Yeah. How about those symbols in here?
The most you can increase the lower the difficulty of that.
Alright. So the blood.
Yeah.
Alright. Roll. For my first roll, I got 3 successes to disintegrate the blood into non-existence.
Into what?
Non-existence. I'm disintegrating the blood.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay.
Tiger, how much did I get from that?
So wait, no, so you're on the right, so it would be 1 plus 8, 9, 4 plus 3, so
Alright, and all that's left is the little body pieces? Or would that have gotten all the blood, or?
I'm gonna say with 3 successes, you're able to get all the necessary extra viscera taken care of.
Oh no, I was doing specifically the blood first.
Yeah.
well, 3 successes, he's saying he also got the.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Anna's just gonna peek over the edge of the counter. She just like, how big is this thing? It's like 11 feet tall, right?
It's fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have the huge size merit and mortal, and then I get
A third again your own height.
yeah.
So probably around 11, 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
Easily.
I'm going to
Lily looks cross with you.
Oh, with me?
No, with the demon.
Really eating people.
Hannah's probably gonna go ahead and head into the back of the shop and just wait till everything's over.
So there's a knock on the door of the shop.
She looks at Tetsuya and looks at him, just gonna be like, "Are you done yet?"
Has he done yet?
Yeah, by this point he would have. It doesn't take long with gaping maw to devour them. So
Alright.
How do I go back to regular form?
it's automatic.
I will shift back to I almost said Holland form.
Right.
It still counts.
You know what I mean.
So you see the big thing just kind of shrink back in a few seconds into the same human form.
So she takes a peek out of the door.
This woman, if my computer will cooperate and actually let me pull the picture up, is standing outside the door. Let me find where it saved it. She's standing outside the door, just waiting.
At this point, kind of looks out to see what's going on.
She opens it.
The woman just looks at Lily and says, "Where is Hathor?"
That red dickhead got her.
And she swears, or at least you assume she swears in ancient Egyptian.
Oh man,
And then-
scars are easily distinguishable.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So she swears in ancient Egyptian and turns and starts sprinting back the way you guys came from the nightclub. Basically, Holly, the demon was eating the bodies, and then Lily was like dissolving the viscera that was left over.
So there's no bodies, no cleanup.
No, basically. You're just
Perfect.
slowly healing up a lot of stab wounds on your body.
You want me to make a couple rolls here?
You're at what? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5?
I was at crippled before, and now I'm at mauled.
Yes, I'm trying to see because for some goddamn reason it lists human recovery times, and I'm not seeing where. Okay, so you heal a health level each day on natural form if they're in critical condition.
Unless I go in and shift to Krynos when all is said and done.
So
I did draw the curtains. The windows are closed.
okay, so you regenerate your worst bashing or lethal health level every turn.
Okay,
so give her about 6. Yeah.
So once those blinds are drawn, Ash kind of looks at everybody and she's like, I apologize in advance for what you are about to see.
Well, it's not shifting into Krynos won't speed that up. As long as you're not in your breed form, you'll heal a lethal every turn.
Okay.
So
scratch that then. And Ash is just kind of standing there slowly.
And you guys see Ash's like the knife wounds on like her legs and stuff. They're closing before your very eyes.
So technically, I think, shouldn't I have some battle scars?
Roll stamina to see if you get any.
I thought you only get battle scars when you rage heal.
I
don't know. I don't know werewolf very well.
You usually get those if it's not mother's touched.
And
I don't have somebody to mother's.
Oh my god. I literally was right on the section for battle scars and I didn't notice and I clicked off and I only saw where it said battle scars right as I clicked to go to a different point.
And I can't mother's touch myself because I could only do that if I had grandmother's touch, but I don't.
Okay, so some injuries, especially those caused by other group, can cause the werewolf lasting damage. These wounds occur when a character channels her rage to remain active in the face of death. So you can also acquire you can acquire a battle scar as a result of a particularly brutal attack or from torture. So I'm gonna say go ahead and roll it to see because that was kind of they were like 8 of them stabbing you.
Yeah. So standard diff or what's the diff for this particular?
Standard. Okay. God, they have one of the battle scars is being gelded.
Yikes.
Got 3 successes.
All right. So you're not injured. Like you don't have the battle scar. So it heals all the way.
So yeah. And she just kind of looks around at everybody. And I assume this is your first encounter with these individuals.
It is.
Yep.
It pissed me off.
They are complete scum.
Oh, I agree with you there.
This is my 3rd encounter with them. They are extremely difficult. What I know is that they are not good for this city.
So, Tiger, go ahead and roll me a perception awareness, please. Difficulty 5.
I got a success.
So what you hear is, I need to actually go double check your name because I don't want to forget it. You hear Nikudel. Where are you? Just kind of like this voice in the back of your head as someone invokes your celestial name.
Tetsuya looks very angry all of us. Kind of lets out a growl. He darts his head around.
And the voice basically tells you to go to the Church of the Most Holy Mother. And then you don't hear the voice anymore.
He's gonna pick up that chair he was using earlier and he's gonna do that way.
Wait, sure. She goes to follow him.
He's just running out with the chair still.
And she's gonna keep following him because that's her fucking chair.
It's fair.
You ruined her plans already for once tonight.
So you guys see those two run. What do Ash and Hannah do?
Ash is on it. Ash is like, nope, I'm going.
Hannah's in the back of Lily's shop, just kind of because I'm guessing, like, I'm thinking that that some of the stuff might be triggering some traumatized memories with her PTSD flow. So right now she's just trying to like breathe and process those memories while she's not really paying attention to her surroundings.
Yep.
So she'll probably like when Lily comes back ask if either A, she can stay the night, or B, borrow the shower or something to clean off the blood.
He did need to fuck her pretty hard.
Yeah, I punched the guy with 6 lethally. There's probably gonna be a little bit of blood.
All right. So why don't both Tetsuya and Lily make dexterity athletics rolls to see if she can catch up to him?
Should I be trying to make a roll to catch up with them when I see them run?
Yes,
Okay.
make a dexterity athletics as well.
Standard.
Yep.
And I'm all healed now, so.
Alright, Tetsuya got 3.
Okay.
Oh my god!
All right. Holly.
Oh,
You'll like what I'm gonna do for this botch. It's gonna be a reference to something.
not a bunch though. She got
Fantastic.
2 successes. She's got 3 ones.
Oh, okay. See that Discord always messes me up because it says it's a botch when it's not actually a botch.
No, I failed.
All right. So then,
Lily got also 3.
so Lily is able to catch. So as Tetsuya is running, Lily is able to catch up to him fairly easily. But Ash, as she's running, she catches the scent of like really, really well cooked hamburgers, and it distracts her for long enough that she slows down just almost automatically and doesn't quite catch up to them.
Oh, where's
So, yeah.
that smell coming from?
So Lily is able to catch up with Tetsuya.
And there's
That juicy meat coming from.
Go ahead, Tiger.
I was saying Tim stepped away for a second.
Okay. So you just hear in the back of your head again, Nikuto, don't bring the girl with you. I'm not even going to make you roll perception awareness for that one because you're already kind of locked onto it
Okay.
once this scene.
You managed to catch up to me. And then I heard another voice, and now Tetsu's going to turn around and say, "Oh, return your chair after I'm done." But I gotta do this alone.
You know where my shop is. Yeah, leave it let people get away with everything. She's just grumbling to herself and walking away.
Alright, so I guess Tetsuya will continue on to the church.
Okay. So as he reaches the church, he just sees a group of people standing outside. And if you want to make a perception awareness roll for me really quick, standard difficulty.
Got 3 successes.
You just see, as you kind of run up, you just see a quick flash of angelic form, or not angelic, of apocalyptic forms almost overlaid on them. Like you see one of them, the one in the lead is a devourer, and then there's a scourge, a defiler, and a devil and a fiend. So you can know they are other fallen.
Tetsuya will walk up, give this up nod.
Well, it took you long enough to introduce yourself, says the one on the far right. She's a very haughty-looking African-American woman who we would remember, like, from the Flash, she would have been a fiend. And she just kind of raises her eyebrow at Tetsuya.
I guess.
Well, sorry, you go.
I had to stop someone from following me.
Yes, the girl. This is the dude in the very lead who's the devourer. It's good she didn't come. It would be very tiresome to have to erase her memories. And then they just kind of gesture for you to follow them into the church.
You will do so.
And if you are okay with it, we'll end the scene there, because they're basically just going to explain to him the fallen situation in the city.
Okay.
So, does anybody have anything else they want to do before we end?
Tiger, she'll probably go back home to Jason and tell her her best recollection of what happened. Of what happened in the scene.
Ash will see if there's anything she can do to clean up Cafe Ghosts, make it ready for business, because it's clearly a business establishment.
And also, Tiger, she'll bring a Deeb to Jason as well.
To bring the what?
She'll bring a Deeb to Jason as well.
Okay, gotcha.
We could probably do a scene with that maybe tomorrow with someone, I don't know.
All right. So, with that all being said, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And remember, botches are a bitch.